Welcome to Hero Villains. Who do you think would win in Gilgamesh vs. Hulk, Ancient Power against Unlimited Rage? Gilgamesh, a member of the Eternal race, is known as the strongest warrior among his kind. His strength can crush metal and destroy massive structures with simple punches. Not only is Gilgamesh powerful, but he also possesses incredible speed, endurance, and regeneration thanks to the cosmic energy flowing through his body. Hulk is the embodiment of pure rage. As his anger increases, Hulk's strength rises as well, almost without limit. Hulk's punches can create shockwaves capable of destroying an entire large area. His regeneration is so fast that it is nearly impossible to defeat him using conventional methods. Before we go deeper into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Among the Eternals, the name most associated with absolute strength is Gilgamesh. Eternals confirm that he is the strongest warrior of this race. Some viewers often mention that Icarus was also once called the strongest. However, in reality, the relationship between the two warriors seems to always carry the tone of friendly rivalry. They respect each other, compete with each other, and that competition shows that their strength is at least on the same level. Yet, when observing their battles, Gilgamesh often demonstrates a clear advantage. In the confrontation with Crow, Icarus was almost pushed into a disadvantage. Some theories suggest that he intentionally appeared weaker to stall the enemy, but the course of the battle shows a far more dangerous situation. Crow came close to the point of finishing him. In contrast, Gilgamesh has repeatedly rushed into battle like a living storm. He easily pushed back entire groups of deviants, delivering punches with terrifying force that forced his enemies to retreat. Even when facing Crow directly, he stood his ground alone for a long time. The moment he fell was not because he was weaker, but because he chose to protect Athena. With nearly absolute authority, Gilgamesh ruled the city of Uruk with an iron hand. The people lived in fear and endured the harsh commands of a king consumed by pride. Yet paradoxically, under that strict rule, Uruk still flourished brilliantly. Massive walls were built, the treasure stores grew fuller, and the reputation of the city spread across the ancient lands. Seeing the suffering of humanity, the gods could no longer ignore it. They decided to create a warrior capable of confronting Gilgamesh. From the will of the gods, Enkidu was born. Enkidu carried the wild strength of nature and the free spirit of the earth and sky. He was born with a single purpose: to stop the king who was gradually becoming a tyrant. The meeting of these two warriors shook the entire city of Uruk. For the first time in his life, Gilgamesh faced an opponent truly equal to him. Their battle lasted for many days. Every collision made the ground tremble and dust rose like a storm. Neither warrior was willing to step back. Gilgamesh even brought out his treasures to use, determined to unleash all of his power to subdue his opponent. But amid those violent strikes, something strange began to appear. Respect slowly emerged in the eyes of both warriors, as if they realized they were facing the only person who could truly understand the strength and loneliness of the other. With the massive arsenal from the Gate of Babylon, he can launch countless legendary treasures in an instant. A clear example of this destructive power was when he completely eliminated Medea. The attack was so powerful that it left no trace of his opponent except the remaining clothes. This feat shows that Gilgamesh's power surpasses many other great heroes, such as King Arthur in many combat situations. The reputation of Gilgamesh is immense. He is considered the strongest servant ever to appear and is powerful enough to stand equal with Enkidu, the opponent created to balance his strength. In many battles, Gilgamesh has demonstrated overwhelming superiority. He defeated Karna, the warrior known as the hero of charity. He also eliminated Hassan of the 100 Faces in only a few seconds and easily defeated Sasaki, Kojiro, and Kuzuki Soichiro with almost no significant difficulty. Gilgamesh's true power is most clearly revealed when he uses the divine sword Ea together with the ultimate technique Enuma Elish. When activated, this attack can tear apart the fabric of reality itself. It once destroyed the reality marble of Iskander, a personal world considered nearly limitless. When Gilgamesh's Enuma Elish collided with Enkidu's Enuma Elish, the opposing forces of the void and the energy of the planet created a terrifying spectacle. The structure of the world was torn apart, the sky trembled, and reality seemed to be crushed and recreated again and again. Gilgamesh is not only considered a king, his body is essentially half divine, a combination of human strength and the power of the gods. Because of this, even divine beings must be cautious before his authority. Gilgamesh becomes the image of a transcendent king standing on the fragile boundary between humanity and the realm of gods. Gilgamesh is believed to surpass many gods, including Ishtar. He is placed on equal footing with Enkidu. When these two warriors fought together, they defeated the Bull of Heaven, a colossal creature sent by the gods to punish humanity. When Gilgamesh swings Ea, its power is like an ancient vortex capable of overriding the truth of worlds, erasing them and recreating them according to its own will. According to ancient legends, before Earth stabilized as it is today, the gods once used this very power to shape the world. One of his lesser-known abilities is a special cloak of invisibility that can conceal his presence on a 5-dimensional scale. With this item, Gilgamesh can disappear from normal perception, making it almost impossible for opponents to detect his position. What makes Gilgamesh truly terrifying is not just a few individual skills, but the almost limitless variety of his abilities. The arsenal, magic, and treasures he possesses are so vast that it is extremely difficult to fully list them all. Each item carries the story of an era and the power of a legend. Because of this, when people speak about Gilgamesh, they are not only talking about a warrior, but about an entire treasury of ancient power that has come to life. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel. That will help us a lot, and you are amazing. Thank you very much. Now, let us talk about Hulk. Hulk possesses enormous strength and limitless rage. When he appears, he looks like a green giant with a body that is almost impossible to injure. What makes Hulk unique is that his power is not fixed but constantly increases with the level of his anger. The more furious he becomes, the more terrifying power his body releases, like a storm that keeps growing and is ready to sweep away everything in its path. Behind that massive monster is a completely different person. Bruce Banner is a genius physicist, but lives a quiet life and rarely expresses emotions. His life changed forever after a fateful accident. While testing a gamma bomb that he himself created, Banner rushed into the danger zone to save Rick Jones, a young man who had accidentally wandered into the testing area. The massive gamma explosion transformed his body. From that moment on, Banner had to live with an unpredictable transformation. When under psychological pressure or in extreme situations, his body can erupt into the Hulk whether he wants it or not. These unwanted transformations constantly push Banner's life into chaos, forcing him to struggle to maintain control. Interestingly, Hulk is not simply another form, but more like a separate personality. Hulk has displayed many different personalities that reflect the complex psychology between two individuals sharing the same body. Sometimes he acts like a wild warrior driven by instinct, but at other times he shows remarkable intelligence and combat skill. Occasionally, Banner can also regain control of that power. Within the vast roster of characters in Marvel Comics, Hulk's strength is always considered one of the most terrifying physical forces. With nothing but his bare body and explosive rage, Hulk has repeatedly inflicted damage on dangerous opponents such as Pyro, Leader, and Bushwhacker. His raw power is even enough to smash open the door of a military aircraft with a single strike. When Hulk uses special equipment or tools, his destructive potential rises to an even more frightening level. In some battles, he has injured Scar, the warrior who inherited power from Hulk himself, while also confronting Wolverine directly. He has also destroyed numerous Doombots, the sophisticated combat machines created by Dr. Doom. In some rare situations, Hulk has even built devices such as armor and combat gauntlets that allow him to face opponents of equal strength in direct battle. Hulk's endurance is just as astonishing. He has withstood attacks from Scar and even Juggernaut while continuing to fight. Strikes from Red Hulk or Red She-Hulk can hardly make him hesitate. Hulk has even blocked a sword strike from Dr. Dr. Doom, a weapon that once pierced the Worldbreaker Hulk form. Every battle involving Hulk feels like a massive storm sweeping across the battlefield, where the ground trembles beneath each step and his brutal strength forces even the strongest enemies to remain cautious. When people talk about Hulk's intelligence, many only think about the wild strength of a green giant. But behind that rage lies the mind of Bruce Banner, one of the most brilliant scientists. Banner is considered a top scientific genius with an intellect comparable to Tony Stark. He's also one of the leading experts on gamma radiation, a field that very few people can understand at such a deep level. Banner is even ranked among the 8 greatest minds on Earth. What is notable is that even Dr. Doom once admitted that Banner surpasses him in certain scientific fields. However, when he transforms into Hulk, his level of intelligence can change significantly depending on his psychological state and circumstances. In forms with higher intelligence, Hulk not only retains most of Banner's intellect, but also possesses impressive combat skills. He was once trained in martial arts by Iron Fist, which makes Hulk's strikes far more precise and dangerous. In some other versions, Hulk displays lower intelligence. He may act on instinct and is not always sharp in his thinking. Even in this state, Hulk still demonstrates surprising combat adaptability. His powerful survival instincts allow him to create simple but effective tactics on the battlefield. There are periods when Hulk shows an average level of intelligence, enough to function in an organized way and coordinate with allies. In some cases, he even worked in the criminal world as an enforcer for gangs, showing his ability to adapt and understand the harsh rules of that environment. At other times, Hulk developed better emotional control through the guidance of Uruk. Because of this, he learned how to restrain his anger and even demonstrated leadership abilities. In certain special situations, Hulk can also analyze problems in a very unusual way. He uses a style of thinking that mixes illogical reasoning with intuition that almost resembles magic, to find solutions to situations that seem impossible to escape. This diversity in intelligence makes Hulk a complex character where destructive power and genius-level intellect exist within a single body. One of Hulk's most remarkable feats occurred during the event World War Hulk. There, he had to face Sentry, a warrior described as possessing the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. The clash between these two colossal forces made the sky tremble and the ground seem ready to break apart under the immense pressure. Bruce Banner absorbed an enormous amount of energy released from Robert Reynolds. When the battle ended, both returned to their human forms. Sentry collapsed from exhaustion and lost consciousness, while Banner remained standing with glowing eyes, as if the storm of power was still burning inside him. Before that, Hulk's pursuit of the Illuminati had already become a nightmare for nearly all of Earth's strongest heroes. Members of the Avengers, including Iron Man in the Hulkbuster armor, were defeated. Warriors of the X-Men, the heroes of the Fantastic Four, along with Juggernaut, Doctor Strange, and Ghost Rider were also defeated one after another by that furious power. Even the destructive scream of Black Bolt could not make the Green Giant hesitate. Hulk has defeated Wendigo, beaten the gigantic Bi-Beast, and even confronted Armageddon, the ruler of the Trojan Empire. Each battle feels like an earthquake, where Hulk's brutal strength makes the battlefield tremble. It is not only physical strength, but pure rage burning like a volcano ready to drown the entire world. When Hulk faces Gilgamesh of the Eternals, the matchup becomes an interesting contest of strength, speed, and combat experience. First, it is necessary to look at reaction ability and combat speed. In Avengers Age of Ultron, Hulk demonstrates strength nearly equal to Thor, although many opinions suggest that his speed is slightly slower. This becomes especially important when compared with characters who possess extraordinary speed such as Quicksilver. In reality, if Quicksilver had not made the mistake of trying to approach and touch Mjolnir, Thor would have almost no chance of catching him. This shows that power-based warriors like Hulk or Thor can struggle against opponents who possess extremely high speed. Meanwhile, Gilgamesh once defeated Thena, an exceptionally skilled warrior. What is notable is that Thena once reacted in time and attacked Makari, a character whose speed even surpasses Quicksilver. This suggests that the pace of Gilgamesh's combat is very fast, enough to keep up with opponents who possess excellent reflexes. From this, it can be inferred that in terms of combat speed, Gilgamesh may have a slight advantage over Hulk. Gilgamesh's advantage does not lie only in reflexes. He also possesses more than 7,000 years of combat experience along with mastery in using energy and weapons. With such a long history of battle, his ability to evade attacks and deliver precise strikes could place significant pressure on Hulk. However, when considering pure strength and durability, the balance shifts strongly toward Hulk. Hulk's body is built to endure devastating impacts and respond with brutal power. In many battles of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Hulk has shown that he can destroy opponents with only a few hammer-like punches. If Gilgamesh were struck repeatedly by direct blows to the head, the result could resemble the moment when the Hulkbuster armor once knocked Hulk down with a series of heavy strikes. The difference is that Hulk is not only powerful, but also far more durable. Even the skin of Gilgamesh was once pierced rather easily by a deviant, which shows that his endurance is difficult to compare with Hulk. When the two giants charge at each other across a ruined battlefield, the ground trembles beneath every step, and the air feels heavy, like the moment before a storm. Gilgamesh launches punches wrapped in bright golden energy, fast and precise, like divine hammers striking down. Then, Hulk roars with fury, his green eyes burning with rage. A massive swing tears through the air, followed by a crushing punch that makes the very space tremble. The raw, brutal, and almost endless power of Hulk slowly overwhelms every refined technique. Gilgamesh may be faster in combat and possess vast experience, but the Hulk of the MCU surpasses him in physical strength and durability. As the battle continues and devastating punches begin to fall one after another, the final advantage still belongs to Hulk. The winner is Hulk. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Follow me if you like. That is today's video. Thank you very much.